Hi guys, welcome back. We're so excited that you're here. Today's episode is all about, are you living a life that is true to you? And this is the question to reflect on a regular, don't you think?
Yes, with every aspect of your life.
And I think,
Everything.
yeah, and it's very common to get stuck in the same routine over and over again, the same pattern that you've been living in, and maybe the same pattern that your family has been living in.
That's the thing. So take a look right now at your life and ask yourself, am I living my life or am I living a life that I saw growing up? And I think that most people, as you start to analyze your life, you'll start to realize that, wow, I'm living a life that I saw most adults living as I was a kid and as I was a teenager and what I saw growing up. Because what happens is we get this belief inside of ourselves and it's a filter with how we see the world. So then we start seeing the world the way that the adults taught us to see the world. And then before you know it, you don't want to become like your mom or dad, and you became like your mom and dad.
Yeah, it's
or
true.
the adults in your life.
Right. And then there's other ways too, like thinking back to your childhood, if you spent time with other family members or even friends' family members. I know that you've had conversations with me about how you've done different things with your friends' family, and you're like, I picked up on this and I liked doing that.
Absolutely. So it's every adult in your life, right? It's everybody that comes into your life, even for a short season. So you're talking about, I had one friend named Trevor in elementary, and his parents, his stepdad was a real estate agent. They are a real estate owner, actually. He owned a lot of rental properties and all that. And they would take me on vacations and everything. And that opened up something in my mind to where I was like, this is a different way of living. And the fact that I did it, it made me feel like I could do that too as I got older.
Yeah. And it's just something to think about, because when you wake up in the morning, it's really common to just get your day started and not really think and reflect. But one of the things that's really important, that's going to separate your life from being, maybe mediocre to absolutely amazing, is going to be reading and getting knowledge. And I really truly believe that we've been talking about this a lot lately, the power of learning. So whether you're reading books, you're listening to audiobooks, you're taking courses, you're somehow gaining new knowledge. Because this is actually what Tony Robbins, one of our mentors, shares, is the power behind reading. And Jim Rohn too, that's where he got his information. And that's where our mindset could open up, and reflections can change too. And it's because we have to take the time to learn new concepts or even reflect on our own life. And that's going to be in books, or that's going to be taking the time to journal, to meditate, really take that solo time for yourself.
Right, exactly. Because this is deep work. This isn't something to where you're answering the question yes or no, or you live in a life that's true to you. This is so deep that as we're teaching this and sharing this on this episode, we're constantly looking at our lives, because Lindsay and my life, we both have different blind spots to where we're not living a life that's true to us. And I feel like everybody is that way to an extent. So this is a never-ending deep reflection on living a life that's true to you. Why? Because every second, especially people that watch this podcast episode and people like us, we're transforming every single day. We're growing every single day. So what was true to you a year ago may not be true to you today, and what was true to you last month may not be true to you today. So I think this is a constant reflection. And so think about this, going into the year 2022, are you going to keep doing the same things you've been doing for the last year, for the last 2 years, for the last 3 years? Maybe some of them you will, maybe some of them you don't. Maybe a big part of it, your career, maybe you're transferring over to another career. I know a lot of the people that come into our 90-day mastermind, they're either full-time in their business or they're part-time in their business, and they're in a corporate job or some kind of career they've been in for a long time that they're transitioning out of, because they're feeling this pull, this energetic pull inside of them that's telling them, hey, what you're doing right now, it's okay, it's not bad, but there's more for you and you need to chase it.
And that's the thing, it's paying attention to that message. And I think so many people, even the people that come to me for readings, they're like, I'm not happy in my job, Or I might pick that up and they're like, yeah, I want to leave, but I don't know what I'm going to do next. And that's a big thing. And it's something that you can't just think about it. You have to actually take some sort of action. And that's the difference. But the number one thing is the awareness of knowing that you're not living a life true to you. And that's when you have that awareness, you take steps further. So it's not a problem. It's actually a good thing that you even know it. Because some people are living a life and they're going, and they're faking it. They're saying, oh, I like this lifestyle, you know? And for a while, for me, I absolutely loved teaching the school system. I really did. Even up until the end, I loved being around the kids and teaching, but I felt like I was in a box and I had to change it. So I knew that I had to give myself a year left at one school and then transition to another school and then exit. Like I knew that that had to happen. So for that time period, I remember feeling really stagnant and almost bored because I wanted to teach them so much more that what was in the curriculum. And I knew that my business on the side was something that was growing and I couldn't be held back there. So it's when you know that you have that feeling like, wait, this isn't true to me anymore, and I have to take some sort of action, then you start with the plan. You don't just sit back and be bringing that energy to a space that you're not happy in. You're not doing yourself justice, and you're not doing other people around you.
Exactly. And this isn't about like once you figured this out with teaching and all that, this isn't about like feeling guilty about it.
Yeah.
And thinking, oh, I messed up, I made the wrong choice. No, this is a constant growing, you're constantly evolving. So have fun with this. Take the edge off of it. You don't have to feel guilty about it. You don't have to feel horrible about you making a wrong choice. You are a human. And another thing is opening up to the possibilities of a different lifestyle, of a different life. Because I think that's a big thing too, is once again, going back to what we're taught growing up, that's engraved in us. That's wired in us. I heard somebody say the other day, you know, I'll hear a radio on the song one time and I won't like it the first time, but I keep hearing it. I keep hearing it over and over, and then all of a sudden I like it. And it's because it's in you. It's marketing, right? The song's in you now, and all of a sudden you're like, wait, why does that song resonate? Well, because the song's drilled in you. So if you think about the beliefs growing up, they're drilled in you. Why does the life seem like it resonates with you right now, even though you know deep down in your soul that it is not true to you? It's because these beliefs, these energies from the adults around us growing up, well-intended adults for the most part, engraved this energy inside of you. So now you have the highway, the infrastructure, all of that, to live a life exactly like their life. So open your mind up to different possibilities and be aware of this infrastructure that's already laid in you, and know that you could create whatever lifestyle you truly desire. Like if I look at my life right now, it looks nothing like a life that I seen anybody growing up. I had to literally continue, and I do this daily, dig deep in my soul, figure out what resonates, what doesn't, what would be exciting, what would light my fire. That's a good question. Over the next several months, what would light you on fire if you pursued it? What would generate a lot of excitement, energy, and enthusiasm in your life if you pursued it?
And also, all of those times that our families have lived one life, most likely they've gotten it from their parents and their parents. So there's some people that may want to move, but they don't move because they think, well, all my family's here, so I shouldn't move, you know? Or maybe they have a situation come up and they're like, well, I'm locked into this job, but everyone else is doing it and they're satisfied. You know, like there's so many different ways to look. People could look at everyone's life. You could look at our lives and say, oh, maybe that will make me happy. But really, is it true to you? You know, and that's the big thing, is you can go following what everyone else is doing and not tune into that inner compass and be in the same exact position as you are, you know, that you were in last year. So that's why you have to take time to actually figure out, like, what do I want? I think that's a big thing.
It is a big thing, and experimenting, right? Like, because you don't know. Sometimes you think you want something because it's that highway, that infrastructure that was laid out from the past, and then you get it and you're like, wait, this doesn't resonate. So you're experimenting. Then other times you experiment and you're like, yes, this is it. That's the only way to know, right? With careers, with people, with lifestyles, with anything that you're doing, with foods, with different ways of being. If you're not trying different things, you're not going to know.
Yeah. You're just going to stay in the same exact spot. And one of the other things when it comes to trying to figure out if it's true to you, this actually comes down to your lifestyle with your partner, because it is really easy to go along with what your partner wants. I feel like we're pretty good at, we're on the same page. Like, I don't feel like I need to convince you of anything or you need to convince me most of the time, unless it's like a baseball game and we're traveling and I'm like, I don't feel like doing this right now. And you're like, okay, I'll go. But other than that, I feel like we're on the same page with our vision.
Yeah, when it comes to the core of the vision, we disagree on a lot of different things that are smaller, but the core of it, the foundation,
we mainly have it going
we have it down, and that it makes it very easy.
And we
a
read
lot
the
easier,
same
a lot
books.
easier.
You know, that's a big thing, is self-development. There's a difference. When you have a partner that wants to do self-development and want to get better, that really does make a difference. And I know not every person is like that on our earth, so we can't like judge that. But I will say, if you have someone that genuinely wants to change for them, not for you though, it's not changing for you, it's changing for their own person, and it benefits you, that's when you're going to notice a big difference. Because I read books to get better for me. In the end, it benefits Tony, but
so I buy her books.
You know you don't.
I'm just joking.
But we share. No, but we share.
You need to read this one right here.
Well, I have flipped open pages and said, like, read this for you. We've probably done it to each other, definitely, without
You
a doubt.
do it a lot more often than I do it, but yeah, I hear you.
So I don't even know where I was going with that conversation at all.
Well, the point, I'm not sure, but it brings up a point that it's challenging, right? It's very challenging whenever
when you
you're
have a partner. Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay.
When you have a partner, you need to make sure that you're living life true to you and you're not just going along with your partner.
That's a big one, actually.
Like, if you're sitting like a
huge
wallflower, like, okay, wherever they lead me, that's not going to work. Like, when I need to put Tony in his place, I will. And if Tony needs to put me in my place, he will.
I just pick her up and go to that place. No.
But, like, we literally, like, will tell each other when something doesn't resonate, you know? And that's okay if it resonates for me and not for you, or vice versa. But we have to actually communicate. No, I don't want to do that. Like, that's not something that I want to do. And I can't even think of an example of what it is. It really is more simple things.
I mean, like, we talked about this before, like the house in St. Louis. We went to put an offer on our house in St. Louis, and I was all excited, very emotional about it. And then Lindsay, we signed, or we were about to sign it over and all that. And then Lindsay's like, it doesn't feel right. So I had to respect that, right? Even though I wanted that house. But it ended up working out, like we said on previous podcast episodes. But that's one thing, right?
Yeah.
And I think that trusting the core foundation of who you are, your intuition, and what we believe, I think that helped in that situation. If we weren't on the same page and I didn't really feel like you were in tune with something else, I'd be like, wait, what the hell is she doing? Is she self-sabotaging? Is she this? But we have these conversations. We're very clear about the bigger things, the bigger picture and the vision of our life. So I think that makes it a lot easier. And the thing is, the reason why we're even talking about all this, and the reason why we offer 90-day masterminds and coaching around a lot of these topics, is because it is challenging. Changing is challenging. So redoing the infrastructure, think about if you went to a city like New York City, and then you had to bulldoze the whole city, and then you had to do all of that. That's a lot of work, taking down all that infrastructure and all those buildings, and then you had to rebuild it back up. It's a lot of work. It's the same way whenever you're rebuilding your infrastructure, your beliefs, your energy inside of yourselves. It is work, and I feel like you need the extra support, which is why our whole business and services is wrapped around this. And it's why we communicate so much to each other with this, because you need a lot of support with this. Changing is challenging.
Yeah. It's just like what you just said. I can visualize that thing about New York. It's like you have to reflect, you have to plan, and you have to have a team. And I feel like we're a good team. I know we're a good team because we do this for us, you know? And when we do it for clients, it's even more powerful. And one of the things that people share is they feel supported, one. They don't feel afraid to take the leap because they have that support and that team. And it happens more rapidly once they make the decision, if they take action. This is the one thing that we've been saying, though. The people that we've had in our mastermind, it's not we got very lucky because we always attract the right people, the people that take action. But it's not for everyone. It's for people like the people that have been through the mastermind, that are willing to take the action and that are willing to be vulnerable. And if you feel like you've learned everything, it's not for you.
It's not for you.
And if you feel like you can't bring other things to the table, like show up and share and also be there for other people, like just be there, just sit and listen, it's not for other people. That's more of like, okay, I can do one-on-one coaching, but I'm not good with the group because I can't show up for other people, and I can't be patient and listen to other people speak. Because this is about coming together as a mastermind, same intention. That's why our masterminds have been so powerful. This is the third year we've done it. And I truly believe our psychic mediumship retreats, those are other masterminds, like literally immersed masterminds where you're in a house and you're all together, and that's something that's going on. Now, I forget if this is the fourth or fifth year for the retreat.
This is your fifth, my fourth.
Yeah, that's what it is. So it's crazy how much time has come together for these groups, and that's why it's so powerful, because when you reflect on things that you're thinking, is this true to me? Sometimes you need to step back and think, okay, what have I done over the years to invest the time, energy, and money into myself to reflect? Maybe it's buying books and you're journaling about different things. Maybe it's going to test out a different job. Maybe it's going to test out a different city. Maybe it's showing up at a mastermind. Whatever it may be for you, you have to take some sort of action to get it going.
Right, and if you're like me, like I guess I would classify myself as introverted at times, introverted, extroverted, but a lot of times I like taking in information and surrounding myself by virtual mentors, like constantly listening to audiobooks, videos, reading books. And to me, if you would ask me what has been one of the biggest foundational pieces in helping me have stability along this journey of leveling up, it's the books and the videos that surround me, right? Every single day I get to choose when I'm working out, when I'm riding my bike, going for walks, whether I want to listen to music, which I do sometimes, or if I want to have another virtual mentor around me. And what I noticed, I told you yesterday, I was reading, so yesterday morning I was feeling, when you feel like a little bit blah and you need to move your energy, that's how I was feeling yesterday. So I sat down, I started reading the book, Loving What Is by Byron Katie. And all of a sudden, within 10 minutes, my brain is on fire. All these inspirational ideas are coming in. I'm writing down, I'm journaling. I can't write down fast enough. I'm running upstairs trying to tell Lindsay. And why did that happen? Well, it's because I went from my frequency of blah to let me get on Byron Katie's frequency. She wasn't here, but I had her book that I think maybe we paid for $20 for, right? This isn't, you don't have to have millions of dollars to do this, right? It's awesome to have physical mentors like we offer with our 90-day mastermind. Oh my God, so valuable. We already showed you that. But you could do this for cheap too, all the way up to down to free, all the way up to as expensive as you want. But the point here is surround yourself with the beliefs and the energies that you want to mirror, right? Because whoever you're around, you'll end up mirroring. It doesn't mean that you can't hang out with certain people because you think they're negative. Trust me, I have a lot of variety of different types of friends, and I will always keep my friends in my life. It just means that you're aware of your own energy and taking care of your energy and knowing when you're starting to get to that blah feeling and when you need to pivot.
So now we want to ask you the question again. Are you living the life that's true to you? Share with us in the comments and let us know those action steps that you're going to take to try to navigate through those moments, because everything is a stepping stone for you. Everything that's happened before and everything that's about to occur can unfold this beautiful new life for you, one that's true to you. We hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we did. If you liked it, leave a 5-star review on iTunes, and remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel too.
If you can think of anyone else that would love this episode, share it with them right now on social media or email. And remember, getting results is a process of learning, applying, and reflecting. Stay consistent and continue to grow every day.